Hello there, this is Mr. Von Ah, and we are here to pass our GED or HiSET. So we are in Unit 4, the geometry section of the GED textbook. All right, so today we're going to look at lesson 6, which is using scale drawings to determine certain dimensions of an object. All right, so in this video, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some of the terminology to help set us up so that we can be successful on some examples on our next video. All right, so our first term is congruent figures. All right, so congruent is just a fancy way of saying equal. All right, so if I have two congruent figures, it means that the figures have exactly the same size and shape, okay, which means that all the angles will be equal and all the sides will be equal. So these are basically identical shapes, right? So if I have a couple of triangles here, and this is a 2 by 4, and I have another triangle there, and that's a 2 by 4, those would be said to be congruent figures. I believe the terminology is like that. All right? Pretty simple, straightforward. All right? Similar figures are different though. All right? So similar figures are figures that have the same shape but different size. So for a similar figure, all the angles are going to be equal, but the sides are going to be proportional rather than equal. For example, if I have something like this, same triangle as I had up here, right? A 2 by 4 triangle, right triangle, by the way. These are right triangles. And by the way, I forgot, these would be the same angle there. And this angle, those angles would be equal as well. All right, so if I have similar triangles though, I might have something that looks like this. All right, so my angles are going to be all the same, but my sides are going to be proportional, not equal. So you can see that here the height is 2, here the height is 1. Here the length or the base is 4, here the base is 2. So essentially this triangle here is just twice as big as this triangle. So they're not congruent, but they're similar. Okay, and the terminology, the symbol you would use for that is just one little squiggly line there. Okay, they are similar. Same shape, different size. All right, so we can use this idea of similar figures to help us with scale drawings. Okay, a scale drawing is just a thing such as maps, blueprints, right? Things that show on paper what the actual dimensions would be in real life. All right, so and all of scale drawings all use scale factor. All right, well, what's scale factor? Well, the scale factor is simply the ratio of a dimension in a scale drawing to the corresponding dimension of a real object. All right, so it's a ratio of a dimension in a scale drawing to the corresponding dimension in a real object. All right, so let me show, I'll just draw a picture to help you. In fact, I don't have any room over there, so I'll just use this over here. So for example, if I have a map, let's say, well, not a map, let's just say I have an object. And this object on paper is 2 inches by 1 inch. Okay, but in actuality, it's much bigger, right? So I would have to use a scale factor to be able to find out the actual dimensions of the object. Okay, so a scale drawing is typically given something like this, like 1 inch is equivalent to 20 feet. All right, or it could be 20 miles if you're talking about a map, right? Okay, so what this is saying, this is a ratio, right? So a scale factor is a ratio of the dimensions on the scale drawing. So this 1 inch would represent, hey, we're talking about inches here, to the corresponding dimensions of a real object. All right? So if this is 1 inch wide, well, that means in reality it's going to be 20 feet wide. Okay? And if it's on paper, on the drawing, 2 inches long, in reality it would be what? 40 feet long. Okay? So we need some sort of scale factor so that we can take a drawing and then find out the actual dimensions in real life. All right? So in my next video, we're going to actually do some examples where you can use scale factors to actually find out the dimensions of actual objects. All right? Hope this video was helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll be notified whenever I make new videos. Until then, my friends, may God richly bless you.